Muslims love to call the Bible corrupted. This is one of their most popular claims against Christianity. And this claim is so easily debunked. It's not going to take a video any longer than this one to debunk it. And what Muslims will say is that wherever the Bible is congruent with the Quran, then the Bible is good. It's not corrupt. But wherever the Bible has incongruencies with the Quran, it is corrupt. And so they obviously hold the Quran as their ultimate standard. But if we go back to the 7th century, when Islam started, what you will find is during this time, there were biblical scholars, there were church fathers, there were people writing exegesis about the Bible and the books that exist within the Bible. And if you compare them to each other, what you find is that they are congruent with one another. And if you go back even further to the 3rd century, 4th century, 5th century, for example, you will find that not only were there a lot of manuscripts of the biblical texts, that is, people copying them word for word, and there's tons of these all the way back in antiquity. But additionally, what you had is you had church fathers who were quoting and writing exegesis and writing homilies from the biblical texts. For example, hypothetically, if you had Saint Cyril writing a homily, a reflection on Matthew 5, and you had Saint Augustine doing the same thing, if you compare the quotes from Matthew 5 that Saint Cyril wrote, you will find that they are congruent with the quotes that Saint Augustine wrote. So how could the Bible have been corrupted? Because we still till this day have access to a lot of these manuscripts that existed in the 7th century in their original Hebrew or their original Greek and in early antiquity. And so we can compare. And it's not like it's one text. It's not like it's one leaf of papyrus either. There's so many of them. There's nothing that is more quoted in antiquity than the biblical texts. And so if we triangulate and we compare them with one another and we find how congruent that these manuscripts are with one another, and then we can compare them to our translations today even, we very easily find that the Bible has been congruent all the way from the beginning in the times in which those books were written.